Hello there. If you've been following along, you are aware that I'm quite bullish on the crypto complex in general. But today I'm here to share an alternative perspective that may cause us to be a little bit more cautionary with our positioning in the near future. So what am I seeing here? I'm suspecting that we may possibly be closer to a top than we realize, especially in Bitcoin and Ethereum. What that means is that some of the resistances we have overhead that we have cited in previous videos may in fact be hard ceilings. They may serve as an inflection point for a prolonged bear market in the crypto space. And in addition to Bitcoin and Ethereum, it could also drag several altcoins down along with it. So let's dig into the structure here. Why do I think this? So I have the big picture structure that I'm about to display here real quick. This is Bitcoin in my trading view. And if we recall, I had a pattern stipulating that our fourth wave bottom overall in the big picture is here, March of 2020. We had a third wave rally complete in the end of 2017. However, I've had this alternate perspective as well, that this is actually a smaller 1-2 setup, what we're looking at right here. The same goes for Ethereum, which I'll touch on in a second. But based on what we're seeing in Bitcoin, if this really was a 1-2 setup, typically your rally will complete between the 1.764 and the 2.0 extension of that initial 1-2 setup. If you look at the rally we had into 2021, we actually hit that exact target box. We topped somewhere in the mid $60,000 range. Shifting to Ethereum, same exact story. We have potentially, if this is a 1-2 setup here, we've actually rallied more than high enough this year to consider this entire rally structure complete. So what does that mean for us? It means that we need to be cautious. Right now, we have the potential that we're actually getting that the structure here that we're looking at, this pullback, may not actually be a fourth wave. This might be the beginning of a larger correction. But right now, we don't have clear indication that that's the case, but I just want to shed some light on that situation. So, based on that perspective, we had some really high targets for Bitcoin. So looking at the rally structure we have so far, assuming that this entire thing is a 3-wave rally structure and we've just completed the 4th wave, our 5th wave targets will typically be in the 0.382, 0.5, and 0.61 extension. So that means that we have hard resistances at 84,000, 118,000, and about $164,000. In Ethereum, similar story. We have some resistances that are well below the highest target we have. So that would put us around what, $7,500, $7,400, 11.8 and 18.7. So what's this mean for the big picture? What I'm saying is that what I'm trying to get at is that there's a couple of perspectives here that we can look at. Number one is that the perspective that is our primary perspective. We're in a small 4th wave. It's done. We're about to continue rallying in impulsive fashion to whatever target we have up here. That would go for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Another perspective is that what we're seeing right now is a small B wave fake out rally, and we may have a swing lower. We might have a lower low in the 4th wave in Bitcoin and Ethereum together. The other scenario is that we might actually have a larger wave 1 and a 2. That's a much smaller possibility. So I'm going to keep it simple. Those are the perspectives I have right at the moment. There's one scary perspective that I want to highlight, and that's that if this is actually a wave 1 down, and if this is a wave 2 up, if we rally in corrective fashion, we may be setting up for an ugly pullback that could take us much lower. So I'm going to demonstrate, or I'm going to display some support levels for that. But for our scenario, for our bullish scenario, right now our target is for Bitcoin, $75,000 to $85,000. That's the range we're looking at. So the target will be around about here. And for Ethereum, $6,000 to $9,000. So what I mean is that there's some hard resistances at those points. Typically, you don't go right through those on your first attempt. For Bitcoin, we may hit $7,500 and bounce back pretty hard and then finish our rally after that point. With Bitcoin, we might see the same thing. We may hit 75,000, bounce back, and then continue rallying onwards from there. But that's going to be a point of extreme vigilance. We need to keep an eye on the behavior after we hit that resistance. If it's corrective in nature, if you have a zigzag pullback, 3-wave correction, we're probably going to be safe. We're probably going to resume the rally. If not, we'll have to keep an eye on the situation. So what does that mean for us on the micro perspective? Well, looking back at Bitcoin again, this is the rally structure we have so far. In my opinion, this looks like five waves completed, based on the fact that this is a third and a fourth, and we rallied just past the ideal 61.8% extension. This purple box was where I would expect a pullback to take place. And as we can see the pullback, this does look like a three-wave correction so far. I'm not going to rule out that we might have a lower low here, but I would say we really need to maintain the 42,400 support level. If we fall through this, I'm going to call the yellow light warning. It's time to keep an eye on it. We may have more of a pullback ensuing. We might have a swing lower. For Ethereum, similar story. The structure here doesn't look as complete to me personally. So when you look at this structure, based on this being the 1-2, we only hit about the 1.6 million target. As a matter of fact, we're a little short of that. So I really would expect more of a rally after this pullback is over. And just like with Bitcoin, take a closer look at the picture, it looks like we have an ABC wave correction. I really would like to hold this zone here in between 2,600 and 2,865. I would say my bottom level of support is right at about 2,680, so $2,680. If we fall below that, I would start to, I'd definitely be more cautious. I put on the yellow light warning that we might be getting something other than what we were expecting at first. So in the meantime, again, a lower low potentially is not a big thing to worry about, but if we break support, could be something that we need to revisit. So those are my supports. So just again, to reiterate, 2687 for Ethereum and 42,400 for Bitcoin. Again, we're going to keep an eye on this structure. I don't see anything imminently bearish at the moment, but if we break supports, definitely need to change the chart. I'll have some more projections out. As for that limited top, once again, still pretty good rally potential. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And as I always like to say, when the facts change, our opinion needs to change as well. So we'll update these charts as we go. Thank you for watching.